8. August 2024. All eyes are fixed on the men's 200-meter final in Paris. The world has gathered to witness a race that promises to redefine history. In Lane 7, 21-year-old Letsile Tebogo prepares for the race of his life. Welcome to the incredible story of Letsile Tebogo, the new king of sprinting. Born and raised in Botswana, Tebogo showed signs of exceptional speed from a young age. Initially, Tebogo dabbled in various sports, but it was on the track where his true potential began to emerge. Coaches and local communities soon took notice, as Tebogo consistently dominated youth competitions across the country, often outpacing older and more experienced runners. His breakthrough came in 2021, when, at just 18 years old, he claimed the gold medal in the 100 meters, with a time of 10.19 seconds, and the silver medal in the 200 meters, with a time of 20.38 at the World U20 Championships in Nairobi. His times were not only fast, but technically impressive, displaying a maturity in racing tactics that is rare for someone his age. By 2022, Tebogo was already breaking records. On 19th February of that year, he set a new national record in the 100 meters, clocking 10.08 seconds at the National Athletics Championships, improving his own national record by 0.03 seconds. Just 2 months later, he made history by becoming the first Botswana sprinter to break the 10 seconds barrier, posting a time of 9.96 seconds at the Gaborone International Meet, setting a new impressive under-20 world record. On 15th July, at his senior debut in the World Athletics Championships in Eugene, he further improved his mark to 9.94 seconds, and just a month later, he shattered his own record yet again at the World Under-20 Championships in Cali, Colombia, with a sensational 9.91 performance in the 100 meters final. This achievement wasn't just about numbers. It signified his transition from a promising talent to a legitimate contender on the global sprinting stage. Tebogo's premature celebration during the race, though, was a critical learning experience. While it demonstrated his confidence, it also revealed a need for greater discipline in maintaining focus throughout the race. His performances showed that while he possessed the raw speed to compete with top-tier sprinters, his race execution, particularly in the closing stages, still required refinement. As Tebogo's name began to make headlines, expectations mounted. He was no longer racing to prove himself, but to defend his growing reputation. If 2022 was Tebogo's breakout year, 2023 was about building consistency and gaining more experience against elite competition. The highlight of Tebogo's 2023 season was his remarkable performance at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. He captured silver in the 100 meters with a time of 9.88 seconds, just behind Noah Lyles, marking his first senior global medal. Tebogo's composure and race management in Budapest showcased his growth, particularly in his ability to handle high-pressure moments on the biggest stages. In the 200 meters, Tebogo won the bronze medal, further solidifying his status as a dual-threat sprinter capable of excelling in both short-distance races. While Lyles dominated the 200 meters, Tebogo's bronze medal demonstrated his versatility and determination. While Tebogo's success in Budapest was a significant step forward, there were areas where he showed room for improvement, as he was still struggling to maintain top speed through the final stretch of the 200 meters races. Tebogo arrived in Paris for the 2024 Olympic Games, with the weight of expectation heavy on his shoulders. At just 21 years old, Tebogo had already made a name for himself in global sprinting, but this would be the ultimate test. Competing against the world's fastest sprinters, all eyes were on the men's 200 meters final, one of the most highly anticipated events of the Games. 4 days after missing out on the 100 meters podium, he stands poised to make amends against the world's best sprinters. The men's 200 meters final was more than just a race, it was a clash of titans. In the lineup were some of the fastest men in history, including the reigning world champion, Noah Lyles, and American sprinters Kenny Bednarek and Outran Knighton. Among his competitors, Noah Lyles stood as the undisputed favorite. With a personal best of 19.31 seconds, he was the reigning world champion and third fastest man in history over the distance. Kenny Bednarek, too, was a serious contender, with a personal best of 19.59 seconds and a silver medal from Tokyo 2020 under his belt. Outran Knighton, just 20 years old, had already etched his name in history with a personal best of 19.49 seconds, placing him fifth on the all-time list. At such a young age, Knighton's raw speed and potential were undeniable, and many believed he could challenge Lyles for the title. The race was also filled with outstanding talents like Joseph Fawn Booley, first Liberian sprinter to reach a 200-meter final at the World Championships, and fifth place in the 200 meters on his Olympic debut at Tokyo 2020. As the sprinters took their marks, the atmosphere in the stadium was electric. Lyles, Knighton, Bednarek, names that had become synonymous with speed. And there, on the outside in lane 7, was Tebogo, calm, focused, and ready to defy expectations. At the gun, Tebogo blasted out of the blocks. He navigated the curve with incredible precision, his long, powerful strides keeping him right in the mix alongside Lyles and Bednarek. By the time the sprinters straightened for the final 100 meters, the race was neck and neck. Lyles, known for his strong finishes, seemed poised to take control, but something incredible happened. With 50 meters to go, Tebogo began to separate from the field. His speed in the final stages was breathtaking, pulling ahead of Bednarek and Lyles, leaving no doubt about who would cross the line first. Tebogo flew across the finish line in an astounding 19.46 seconds, setting a new African record and placing him among the fastest sprinters in history. Bednarek took silver in 19.62 seconds, and Lyles settled for bronze with a time of 19.70 seconds. In a race filled with some of the sport's greatest talents, it was Tebogo who stood tall. His time elevated him to fifth place on the all-time list for the 200 meters. Tebogo's victory over such elite athletes who had faster personal bests and more experience was nothing short of remarkable. He had entered the Olympics as an underdog, but left Paris as a champion. Tebogo's Olympic gold wasn't just a win for Botswana, it was a triumph for African sprinting. His success signaled a shift in the global sprinting landscape, where a new generation of athletes was challenging the status quo. The world had witnessed the rise of a new sprinting star, but for Tebogo, this was only the beginning. His performances at the Diamond League events in Rome and Zurich not only showcased his incredible talent, but also solidified his place among the sprinting elite. Competing in the 100 meters in Rome, Tebogo faced a formidable lineup, including former world champion Christian Coleman, Olympic bronze medalist Fred Kerley, and former Olympic champion Marcel Jacobs. As the athletes settled into their blocks, the tension in the stadium was electric. The gun fired, and Christian Coleman had the strongest start, leading through the first half of the race. Tebogo, however, was not far behind. His start was quick, but it was his acceleration in the second half of the race that truly set him apart. With each powerful stride, he closed the gap on Coleman. In the final meters, Tebogo surged ahead, overtaking Coleman with a display of sheer speed and confidence, winning the race in 9.87 seconds. Just days later, he traveled to Zurich for the next leg of the Diamond League. This time, he competed in his favored 200 meters event, facing Kenny Bednarek and Arian Knighton. Despite the chilly and wet conditions, Tebogo delivered a masterclass performance. Trailing behind Bednarek and Knighton as they came out of the bend, Tebogo unleashed his top speed in the final meters, overtaking both to win with a time of 19.55 seconds. These victories were more than just wins. They were milestones in Tebogo's burgeoning career. His success in Rome and Zurich demonstrated his versatility and resilience, proving that he could dominate both the 100 and 200 meters events.
Meteoric is strong, remember. He's a fabulous 400-meter runner. But can Tebogo get back to him? Here he comes. Is there going to be enough track? Yes, there is. Times it to perfection, yet again.
From breaking records to winning his country's first-ever Olympic gold medal in the 200 meters, Tebogo has not only etched his name in the annals of history, but also set the stage for a future filled with limitless potential. This season, Tebogo's performances have captivated the world. With his eyes set on breaking more records and winning more titles, he is poised to become the next all-time greatest sprinter in the 100 meters and 200 meters events. His journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, dedication, and the unyielding spirit of a champion. What is your expectations on the future of this outstanding young sprinter? Let me know your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep chasing greatness.